Somewhere in the remote emptiness of Utah, there's a stretch of land that refuses to behave. A 512-acre ranch that's not just weird, it's aggressively weird. Glowing orbs, invisible creatures, cattle mutilations, vanishing wolves the size of a small car, and maybe, just maybe, something not entirely from this world. It's called Skinwalker Ranch, and it might just be the most paranormally tormented plot of real estate on the planet.
Tormented? Sounds like my last Tinder date. She also hissed at cameras and drained energy from nearby electronics.
This isn't your typical ghost hunting nonsense. For decades, the ranch has lured scientists, secret government investigators, and wide-eyed billionaires. They've brought in tech, surveillance, drones, radiation detectors, you name it, and still walked away confused, scared, or both. One former security guard put it best: we saw it move along the ridge. It wasn't human, it wasn't an animal, and then it just vanished. And that's the problem with Skinwalker Ranch. The more you observe it, the less it makes sense.
Unlike you, who's constantly baffled even when not being stalked by glowing sky beasts.
The L85. So, what exactly is happening at this cursed ranch? Is it haunted, hacked by aliens, built over a supernatural glitch in reality? That would hard to say. Or is it all of the above? Let's find out. Long before the History Channel cameras showed up, long before the billionaires and the black budget teams rolled in, this land already had a reputation. The Unity Basin where Skinwalker Ranch sits has been known for centuries by native tribes as a place of strangeness. The ranch borders the Unitah and the Ore Reservation, sorry if I got that wrong, home of the Ute people. But the name Skinwalker actually comes from Navajo legends, and it's not just a spooky campfire tale. The Navajo believe a skinwalker is a type of witch, someone who has committed unspeakable acts to gain supernatural abilities, including the power to shapeshift into animals. The story goes that during tribal conflicts, the Navajo cursed the land as a form of retaliation. What followed was centuries of eerie silence, and then the Shermans arrived.
Let me get this straight. You buy a ranch surrounded by ancient curses, UFO sightings and glowing cows, and expect a peaceful retirement. Humans, man.
Hey, we're not all like that. In 1994, Terry and Gwen Sherman bought the ranch. Their dream: raise cattle in peace. What they got? Glowing orbs, shadowy figures, and mutilated livestock within days of moving in. They were seeing strange lights in the sky, some darting like insects, others hovering silently, watching. The family reported being followed by balls of light, hearing voices speaking unknown languages from thin air, and having objects move or vanish without explanation. But it wasn't just spooky vibes. Something out there was hunting. Cattle mutilations became regular. The corpses were surgically sliced, organs missing, completely bloodless, no footprints, no predator signs, just eerie silence and surgical carnage. Then came the moment that changed everything. Terry Sherman saw a massive wolf-like creature on the property, but this wasn't your average forest dog. It was the size of a small car, with thick, matted fur and eyes that seemed intelligent. It casually walked up to a calf, grabbed it by the snout, and Terry panicked, shot it, not once, not twice but 3 times with a high-powered rifle. It didn't flinch.
Big fluffy death wolf takes 3 bullets and keeps walking. I smell bad decision making and supernatural insurance fraud.
Eventually, it trotted off, unfazed. Terry and his son followed the paw prints in the dirt until they abruptly stopped. No blood, no drag marks, no exit trail, just gone, as if the earth had swallowed it whole. After 2 weeks of living in escalating fear and losing multiple prize animals, the Shermans gave up. They sold the ranch and got out. I'd have done the same as well. But what they left behind wasn't just a weird patch of land. They left a portal to something else. After the Shermans ran for the hills, the ranch was snapped up in 1996 by someone who didn't scare easily. Las Vegas billionaire Robert Bigelow. You may know Bigelow as the guy who made a fortune in real estate and aerospace, but his real obsession was the unexplained. He created the National Institute for Discovery Science, or NIDS, and staffed it with legit scientists, physicists, biochemists, engineers, all armed with sensors, cameras, and a mission: find out what the hell is going on here. They installed high-end surveillance, round-the-clock observation, cameras, detectors, magnetic field monitors. If something blinked, burped, or breathed wrong, they'd catch it. They caught almost nothing.
Millions in funding, PhDs out the wazoo, and the best footage they got is a blurry blob and a broken GoPro. Good hustle.
Their instruments kept glitching. Batteries drained instantly, surveillance devices pointed at active zones failed at exactly the wrong time. Once a researcher returned to a camera rig to find all the wires yanked out, a second camera was aimed directly at it. It saw nothing. Then came the creatures. Dr. Colin Keller was a senior NIDS scientist when he was patrolling one night and he spotted something in a tree about 20 feet up. It was humanoid, massive, with glowing yellow eyes that stared straight into him. He raised his rifle, fired multiple times, and it vanished. At the base of the tree, they found a single track in the snow. 2 clawed toes, no others, no exit trail, just a print and an echo of something not right. But that wasn't even the weirdest thing they saw. The sky opened up. 2 security guards reported seeing an oval-shaped orange light hovering above the ranch. Not just a glow, an actual hole, like someone sliced reality open from this portal. A large black shape crawled out, dropped to the ground and sprinted into the darkness.
Sorry about that. Barry gets dramatic when he's drunk. It's how we lost most of our interns.
Then there was the Black Void during a Pentagon-funded investigation known as AAWSAP. I won't even try to say that as a word. Multiple military personnel visited the ranch. One described seeing a pitch black cube-shaped void appear mid-air. Another said it was like a tear in space, darker than the night itself, radiating pure dread. A Pentagon scientist reportedly watched a glowing object float into a kitchen and change shape mid-air from a pretzel into a Mobius strip. But it wasn't just shapes and shadows. Visitors felt watched. Some heard voices, intelligent ones, whispering their names. Buildings locked from the inside would echo with pounding footsteps. Surveillance footage would vanish. Equipment would break the moment something interesting happened. It was as if the ranch knew it was being studied and decided to play games.
Smart move. I do the same thing during colonoscopies. Gotta keep them guessing.
Jesus Christ. Is it called a colonoscopy for an alien or just probing? Anyway, I'm going off my script. No matter what they threw at it, science senses or sheer stubbornness, Skinwalker Ranch threw it back, harder, weirder, and far more personal. With so many eyewitnesses, ranchers, researchers, even Pentagon scientists, you'd think we'd have some answers by now. We don't. Bigelow's NIDS team eventually wrapped up things, having gathered plenty of stories but no smoking gun. Then came the Pentagon's AAWSAP program, which threw $22 million at the mystery between 2008 and 2013. And guess what? Still nothing definitive, just more questions, more weirdness, and more eyebrows raised. But in 2016, enter stage left Brandon Fugal, a Utah real estate mogul, tech investor, and self-declared skeptic. Fugal bought Skinwalker Ranch because apparently property development wasn't stressful enough. He brought a new team, new funding, and cutting-edge gear to match. Think drones, rockets, ground-penetrating radar, radiation detectors, the works, and guess what? Even more stuff broke.
You'd think a billionaire would invest in batteries that lasted longer than a toddler's attention span.
The paranormal has a very good knack of making batteries drain. Trust me, I've had plenty of experience of that. First came the radiation spikes. The team recorded bursts of microwave and radio frequency radiation at levels dangerous enough to cock your eyebrows off, but with no apparent source. Then came the 1.6 gigahertz signal, a persistent frequency popping up all over the ranch. Some believe it's just noise, others think it's a message. From who? No one knows. One of the show's most unsettling experiments involved a drone swarm. Dozens of GPS-guided quadcopters were launched to map the terrain, but mid-flight the drones went feral. Some crashed, others spun wildly out of control. A few, no joke, started glowing colours their hardware wasn't capable of producing.
Either it's aliens or someone's drone app has a serious drug problem.
Then came mesa. They drilled into the ridge behind the property and found dense metallic material very deep inside, stuff that didn't match anything expected from the area. Some samples appeared to contain unusual isotopes. Dr. Travis Taylor, a former DoD contractor and one of the lead scientists, flat out said, "None of this can be explained by known human technology." And the creep factor didn't stop there. People on the ranch reported extreme nausea, headaches, sudden illnesses, sometimes within minutes of entering the hot zones. So what is Skinwalker Ranch? A cursed land haunted by ancient shapeshifters, a dimensional doorway for interstellar tourists, a glitching simulation with a taste for cow blood and jump scares. We've got stories of bulletproof wolves, glowing orbs, levitating voids, radiation that fries your gear and your brain, and a government-funded science team that walked in confident and walked out confused, nauseous, and probably needing therapy. But maybe the most disturbing part, the Hitchhiker Effect. That's right, visitors claim the weirdness doesn't stay at the ranch, it follows them home. Okay, that's going off my bucket list now then. We're talking shadow figures in the hallway, electrical malfunctions, voices whispering from nowhere, family members suddenly feeling ill, and not just one or two people, dozens, including military personnel, have reported the same thing. Even Bigelow eventually backed away, citing concerns for his team's safety. It's as if the ranch has a mind of its own and a temper.
Great, it's not enough that the Earth has debt collectors. Now you've got paranormal stalkers too.
Yeah, so here's the truth. Skinwalker Ranch doesn't want to be understood. Every camera fails. Every reading contradicts the last. Every new owner thinks they'll be the one to crack it, and they all end up baffled, broken, or bankrupt. The place resists explanation, and that might be the scariest thing of all. What do you think is really going on at Skinwalker Ranch? Secret tech, interdimensional predators, ancient curses, or just the world's most expensive episode of Scooby-Doo? Drop me your theories in the comments, guys. And if you love diving into mysteries that science still can't explain, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell.
And next time, pack some lead bullets and a Geiger counter. Myself and Shane out.